through the background about AIDEA. AIDEA is an agri-tech incubator under NARM, National Academy of Agricultural Research Management at Hyderabad. It's funded by the Department of Science and Technology, BIRAC, and ICAR. It's a recognized incubator under the Startup India initiative. At AIDEA, we unleash innovation and entrepreneurship in agriculture and allied sectors, including biotechnology. Next, please. Our vision is to help the agri and allied sectors value chain through cutting edge technologies and economic value return. Our mission is to support powerful agribusiness and technology ventures through capacity building and facilitating access to knowledge and resources. Next, please. At AIDEA, we leverage the network of the ICR NAM through the network of around 108 research labs across India and 650 Krishi Vigyan Kendras along with 70 state agriculture universities. We're able to leverage a network of around 600 agriculture scientists pan-India of ICR. Next, please. At AIDEA, we help entrepreneurs from idea to investability. For student entrepreneurs, we run sensation programs and ideation events along with EDPs. For early stage startups, we run incubation programs wherein we support the early stage agri-tech companies across 14 sectors for around 1.5 years. We also run accelerator programs called Agri Udan. We have run 3 series of Agri Udan so far, the accelerators to scale up these startups. Apart from the incubation acceleration, we also offer equity funding to early stage startups. Next, please. Till date, we have ran around 25 workshops for students, catering to more than 2,500 students across state agri universities. We run incubation agri acceleration programs. 3 series of accelerators and ongoing incubation program has catered to around 62 food and agri companies, a wide range of food and agri companies across the farm to fork, within a pipeline of around 1,800 startups, out of which we have mentored 200 startups. Out of these 62 companies that we have incubated, accelerated, we have funded our equity funds in around 12 startups and partially reaching 1 exit in the equity funds. Next, please. Now coming to the main agenda, the BIG scheme guidelines. BIG, now the 17th call is open since the 1st of August 2020, and it will be open till the 15th of September 2020. Next, please. Next, please. BIG is a flagship program run by the BIRAC, Department of Biotechnology, and it's been run for almost last 16 rounds for almost, I would say, around last 8-10 years. And this scheme, 17th call is open right now. BIG is Biotechnology Ignition Grant, and this grant is primarily for entrepreneurs who are at an idea to POC stage. And this grant is up to the tune of around 50 lakh INR or approximately 75,000 USD, and it is offered for a period of around 18 months. The purpose of the BIG scheme is primarily to help entrepreneurs and startups who are idea to POC stage and help them to translate their ideas into commercially viable products or technologies. And it's primarily to create a vibrant biotech startup ecosystem in the country. Next, please. The startups which are supported by AIDEA for BIRAC Big. For your information, the BIRAC Big program is run by 7 major BIRAC Big partners. We happen to be one of the exclusive BIRAC Big partners for agriculture. So the focus of AIDEA that I'll be limiting to, that will be supporting the entrepreneurs, primarily the entrepreneurs who are focused in the areas of agriculture, agri-tech, horticulture, forestry, biotechnology, agri-biotechnology, as well as industrial biotechnology. Startups working on biotechnologies in allied sectors, including veterinary biotech, dairy, fisheries biotech, also the post-harvest biotechnological processes. Along with that, we also have a focus of supporting entrepreneurs who are specialized in the areas of plant genomics, diagnostics, and plant breeding. And startups which are also working on the technology areas, including IoTs, machine learning, and bioinformatics, could also apply through us. Next, please. Who are eligible? It could be any individual, startups, entrepreneurs, scientists, researchers, students, anybody who is having an idea to POC, irrespective of the age, can apply for this grant. Next, please. The types of projects which are supported. As a scheme, BIRAC, the BIG program, does cater to the startups which are working on the agriculture, healthcare, and life sciences startup, which are primarily catering to these segments, including devices, diagnostics, drugs, agriculture, industrial biotechnology, biosimilar and stem cells, vaccines, bioinformatics, and waste management. But the ones which are highlighted, particularly agriculture, industrial biotechnology, and waste management, they can apply through AIDEA as a BIG partner. Nevertheless, BIRAC also encourages startups which are beyond biotechnology and which are working in the core engineering principles, including AI, Internet of Things, sensors, big data analytics, cloud computing, and machine learning, robotics, etc., which are working on the interjunction of these technology and biotech. And primarily, the BEIG program is open for all the spectrums, including healthcare, life sciences, agriculture, and bio-based industry and markets. Next, please. Who are not supported? The basic or exploratory research projects are not supported under the BIG programs. The projects having low element of novelty may not fall in this, and projects involving systemic clinical trials or field trials or at late stage may not be eligible under this. Very importantly, BIG grant is not a research fellowship program and cannot be used to support PhD or any academic research. It is primarily a commercialization grant meant for ideas which are primarily having an idea to focus on the commercialization or go-to-market approaches. Those ideas can always apply through the BIG program. The funding support to the BIG grant is to the tune of around 50 lakhs, and it can be released in a time frame of around 18 months. And the fund allocation is primarily done in 4 tranches. The first, second, and the third tranches equally done in the tune of around 30% of the installments, and the fourth installment is done to the tune of around 10%, and the last installment is released after the submission of the project completion report. Next, please. Next, please. Who can apply? There are various categories of people who apply. If you're an individual, the individual should necessarily be a previous slide, please. If you're an individual, the individual applicant should be necessarily an Indian citizen, and the primary applicant should himself or herself be a project leader. At the time of application, the applicant is expected to have preferred incubator. For example, if you're applying through AIDEA, you can reach to AIDEA as a preferred incubator, and you can approach us for a letter of intent, / MOU. You can reach out for, and this you have to furnish it during your application process. If the applicant is employed somewhere or is registered as a student pursuing an academic career or a research organization, the applicant has to provide an NOC from the competent authority of the organization wherever the individual is working, and they have to kind of either create a policy that there's the policy that allows the individual to avail sabbatical or extraordinary leave. And once you receive the funding as an individual, you have to offer all these letters. And also, alternatively, if your organization doesn't have these kind of policies, the individual can give a self-endorsement that they're willing to take a termination of their employment agreement once they are receiving this funding. Next, please. Next, please. If the applicant is formally employed with a for-profit company or a limited liability partnership, the applicant needs to provide an undertaking that he or she plans to terminate his or her association with the current employer and take up the project full-time in the event of grant approval. Alternatively, the applicant should be the application can be submitted from the company or LLP company where they are working. The individual who is a promoter shareholder of a biotech company, a company or one of the partners in the biotech company LLP will not be allowed to apply as an individual, irrespective of the percentage of shareholding of the applicant in the company. In such a case, the application can be submitted through a company or LLP route in case the company or LLP meets the required eligibility criteria. Next, please. Next, please. Who can apply? If an applicant is applying through a company, for benefit of everyone, I'll just define how BIRAC has defined the company in its guidelines. The company or LLP should be registered under the Indian Companies Act, and the incorporation date of the company should not be earlier than 5 years from the date of closing of a particular BIG call. I mean, the company should be less than 5 years old in a simple way, and the company should be owned by a resident Indian citizen. If minimum 51% of the capital is beneficially owned by resident Indian citizen or Indian companies, which are ultimately owned and controlled by resident Indians. Company or LLP's application should be represented by a project leader, and the companies which are having their own R&D facility and the R&D facilities which are functional, they can apply. If the companies doesn't have their own R&D facility, they can identify a suitable laboratory in any of the BIG partners and they can apply via BIG partners. But having said that, the BIG partners will be verifying all these details in a later stage. If an applicant company in which a promoter holding more than or equal to 20% of the shares is a co-promoter of another ineligible company or a partner in another eligible LLP, then the applicant will not be eligible. Please remember this. Next, please. And now the grant of 50 lakh INR, which is offered to the entrepreneurs as a part of the BIG program, also does entail royalty. The BIG grantees are required to pay 5% of the royalty on the net sales of the product or technology year on year through BIRAC support till the time the royalty meets the grant in assistance supported by the BIRAC or dispersed by the BIRAC. BIRAC would not seek payment in case there is a transfer of intermittent technology or know-how application to a third party or any further carry out commercialization. The payment of royalty shall fall due beginning with the first sale of the product, and the liability to the pay royalty will terminate on once the 5% royalty has been paid till the royalty amount becomes equal to the granting aid, or in terms of the foreclosure of the project or termination of the project, then the company may not have to pay the 5% royalty. Next, please. Some other important points to remember: every proposal must clearly identify a project leader who will be willing to take the responsibility of technically and managerially handling the project execution. The project leader must be technically qualified to undertake the project, and the proposal is shortlisted for presentation to the selection committee. Then the project leader should be willing to present the case, and if the project is considered and shortlisted for final funding, the project leader should be willing to sign the project agreement and fully execute the project. The project leader must be a shareholder in the applicant company too. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please.
Yes, sir. This is the next slide which you are seeing.
Yeah, now I'm able to see now. Yeah, the selection process, there are 5 critical selection processes. The step 1, which is entails eligibility check. Once the applicants apply, we do have an eligibility check whether the entrepreneurs are complying to all the eligibility criteria as laid out by the BIRAC guidelines. The step 2 is examination by the preliminary screening committee or preliminary selection committee. This will be the BIG partner themselves with certain external members will be doing an external evaluation or examination of the applications, whether all the details furnished are complying to the BIRAC guidelines. Then starts the step 3, which is the online review by subject matter experts. The proposals are recommended by the PSE will be shared for an online evaluation, and each of the application will be evaluated by 3 or more subject matter experts who will be doing the online review. The step 4 will include the thematic technical evaluation or expert panel, TEP. After the starters which are shortlisted under online review and which are eligible to get into the thematic TEPs, they'll be evaluated by a common committee which will be subject matter experts and which will be done to a face-to-face meeting. And the applications which score more than 60 marks or above, or 60 and score above, they're considered for the next round and the final round, which is ESE. The application scoring less than 60 points will not be considered further at this stage. The final round is step 5, which involves expert selection committee, ESC, which would take a decision where what would be the cutoff against each of the categories and would finally select the entrepreneurs for selection of the, under consideration of the BIG grant. Next, please. In terms of the timeline, starting from the eligibility criteria to the final decision of the BIG call, this takes around 6 months time. But for the first 2 months, for the first 1.5 months, the BIG applications are open. Let us say from August till September 15th. From September 15th onwards, it takes around 4 to 4.5 months for the completion of the entire process till the time it reaches the ESC and the BIRAC grantees are disclosed. Next, please. Next, please.
The next slide is there.
Yeah, it's there. Signing of the agreement. Once the BIG grantees receive the grant and they have to sign an agreement in that due course, and for the proposals finally approved for funding support, the BIGs, they have to sign the agreement along with the BIG partners, and necessary guidance notes and templates will be provided to the BIG grantees by the BIG partners. All grantees are required to open a separate auditable no-lien bank account with a scheduled bank in order to receive the funds. Based on approved project timelines, the respective BIG partners will periodically monitor the progress and also review the project, grantees have to submit the periodic reports and utilization certificates in the prescribed format to the BIG partners. The project progress is also monitored by BIRAC regularly, including a face-to-face presentation towards completion of the project. It is mandatory for all BIG grantees to interact with at least 2 investors during 18 months of the BIG project and include the feedback in the final report. Some nomenclatures as per the company, what the companies have to be registered under the Indian Companies Act 1956 and 2013. The an Indian citizen is defined as one who is in possession of a government approved proof of nationality such as valid passport. NRIs are Indian citizens, and all these details you can see in the further guidelines. The indicative evaluation criteria are largely on these 5 major parameters: unmet need, which carries around 20 marks, value proposition or differentiation, which carries another 20 points, and then technical viability, maximum 30 points, team strengths, which carries around 15 points, and the business proposal, which carries all these 3 elements, including potential clarity and commercialization potential. These are 5 elements. So these are broadly the guidelines of the BIG agreement guidelines. But having said that, there are detailed guidelines which our team will be happy to support. Next, please. The next component of how to apply the BIG application would be presented by my colleague, Ms. Harshita. Over to you, Harshita, please.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to everyone. This is Harshita. Now I'm gonna take you to the inform how to apply for this BIG application. Okay, in the application process, BIRAC issues a national call inviting applications under BIG scheme at least twice a year. That may be in January and also July. Due to this COVID pandemic, it's been postponed to August for this 17th call. This call is generally implemented across the country through BIG partners only. Okay, as AIDEA TBI NAM is one of them, as informed by Vijay sir. So application should be submitted through online website only. Okay, through online website, which you can see in the screen, www.birac.nic.in. And the applicants are advised to fill up and submit their applications early without waiting for the last date in order to avoid last minute rush, because the BIRAC portal automatically stops accepting applications at the specific date and time mentioned in the website under the BIG scheme, that is September 15, 2020. And applicants are advised to provide scientific details and also sufficient details in their applications to which helps the reviewers to have an informed and fair review. As we ourselves, our organization and also the BIRAC organization and all the reviewers who are going to evaluate your proposals, we all have signed an NDA, so need not to worry that your confidentiality of your project may be disclosed. As you will you will be having a myth that if we incorporate each and every technical terms in the proposal, that maybe leads to the disclosure of your project. But that is not the thing. What happens is in the first 3 rounds, the applications go through only the online screening, in which you cannot interact with the reviewer. So it would be better if you incorporate all the technical terms while applying the proposal itself. And next, coming to the next slide, Sagar. Yeah, this one. Documents to be furnished by the applicant to BIG partner during BIG program. Yeah, as informed by Vijay sir, there are 4 different steps of evaluation. And coming to the fourth step, it is the TEP round, technical expert round. In this, the letter of the commitment from scientific advisors or mentors to serve as honorary advisors. And like this, you have to submit all these documents while through this BIG program. And this PDF will be shared, this PPT will be shared by you. So no need of writing anything right now. So we'll be sharing with you. You can have a clear look and then submit it if you have reached to that round of the evaluation. Next slide, Sagar. Yeah, this is the criteria which we use for evaluating the proposals. Value proposition. In value proposition, you have to include what is the value of your project, what you are going to apply for this grant, and also technical and feasibility idea. Team strength. Team strength should have different types of members, like who are experts in the technical ways and who are experts in the business expertise. Like kind of you can just build up a small team of 4 to 5 members, and you can just inform them, and you can include their names also while filling the proposal. There will be a section of team expertise in that you can just include it. And then coming to the novelty. Does the proposed technology on the novelty basis only most of the reviewing evaluation process will be taken place. So you have to incorporate what is a novelty in your project, for what proposal are you applying. And next slide, Saga. Yeah, this is another subcategories like commercialization strategy to overcome challenges, and BIG project plan. Yeah, next slide, Saga. Budget planning. The budget planning should include these all points which are bulleted here: equipment, manpower, consumables, incubation space, rentals and services, travel, outsourced services, IP costs, contingency, everything. These all should be included while you are planning. I mean, while there will be a section in proposal while filling budget planning. In that budget planning section, you have to mention all the costs which are incurred in this budget planning, and it should not exceed more than 50 lakh rupees, which is the grant amount. Yeah. Next slide, Saga. BIG application form. Okay. In this case, I would like to inform you that who can apply, and like if individual is the PI, the applicant name will be reflecting as the project leader name also. There will be two sections. First section will be PI column. In that PI column, what name you will be included, the same thing will be reflected in the project leader also. So the PI and the project leader will be the same. And the following question, after you apply, after you write that, the following question will be popped up. The following question has been added in the form: are you a promoter, shareholder of a company, or one of the partners in an LLP? If yes, then all the questions will be popped up. And next slide, Saga. Yeah, for both type of applicants who are individual and also as well as company, this questionnaire is common for all the applicants who are applying as an individual, like without any having a registered firm, and also the company which is having a registered firm. In this case, have you applied the BIG? If you have applied the BIG for earlier calls, then you can press it as S. And if you press S, the following question will be popped up. Following details have been asked. And then the proposal reference number of your previous BIG applicant proposal title, and also reason for the rejection. Like we have given the comments to you, to all the BIG applicants who have applied for the last call, so that you can incorporate in it. And if the similar person who is going to apply for the same proposal this time also, then he have to give like what are the improvisations you have done. Or else the same person who is applying for the different project this time, then no need, you can select this as different here. And then the question: have you been associated with any BIRAC funding scheme? Like BIRAC not only sponsors this BIG scheme, it also sponsors other schemes like SIBRI and SPERSH. If you have associated with that type of funding scheme, then you can mention it here. And if not, then you can just press it no. Next, Saga. Yeah. And then relevant areas to be chosen have been changed as for PSC. Okay, a tab for keywords. See, the project title which you are applying with, it will be having some keywords like we are using some kind of plant extract for making some kind of drugs. That would be the keywords which will help for the reviewers for having a quick review in the time of evaluation during PSC preliminary screening committee. And project coordinator or PI and the team members will now have organization field in addition to designation field. Okay, they not only the team members of the project will not only have the designation field, not only have the organization field, they will be also having the designation field. And question has been added this time. New question: this is associated with any other BIG project? Then if yes, you can click as yes, and if yes, then you have to briefly write about it and also your role. And next slide, Saga. The following question has been added in the proposal summary. Please provide current and expected technology readiness level. This is nothing but the technology readiness level. There are 1, 2, 3. Like it decides in what position you are. Like you are in a validation stage, or else you are in a POC stage, or else you are in a ideation stage. This states the stage of your project. So you can just view this in the website of the BIRAC, and if you have any doubts, you can just email us or contact me. And then expected TRL level, yeah, that also comes under the same category. Next, the milestones. You have to mention all the milestones, as Vijay sir have suggested that the tranche will be released according to the milestones only. So if you have fulfilled the first milestone, then the next tranche of the money will be released, and you have fulfilled the third milestone, then the next tranche of money will be received. So in that case, these milestones are required, mandatory, which you have to mention in proposal. And then proposal summary, you have to mention it in 200 words. And you will be having an autosave or reminder to save options. Like if you have to just save it as a draft. So that what it helps is, if you wanted to change it after a few days, you wanted to make some changes in your proposal and all, then you can do it. And in the final thing, you can just save it, and like on September 10th or 11th, when you are sending the final proposal, you can just save it and send it at that time. But for now, time being, you can just save it as draft. And budget details. The budget details also you have to just incorporate, which I've just mentioned you, like the IP cost and all the consumables cost all should be incurred. And the presentation. From this call, the presentation is made mandatory. In the BIRAC portal, I mean, in your login ID, you can just see the presentation also and template also. According to that template, you have to compulsorily upload the pitch deck of your proposal. And yeah, next slide, Sagar. Yeah, these are the snippets of the portal. You have to just click the registration link. After logging in, you have to click on this red color button, which is there on the top, how to submit a new proposal. After you click that, it will direct you to this second snippet, step 3, in which there is applying as a company or else as an individual. So from this call onwards, what BIRAC have did is, if you are applying as a company, then you have to compulsorily register in the MCA, Ministry of Affairs, so that it will ask you, after you choose applying as a company, it will direct you to a page. In that page, you can just have a link of registration to MCA. You have to click that, and after you clicking that, you have to register in the MCA, which is free of cost. And after you register in the MCA, after 2 or 3 hours, you will be receiving a mail from them that your company is being shown in the BIRAC portal. So now again, you have to go to the BIRAC portal, applying as a company, and it will direct to a page. In that page, you can find a section in which your company is mentioned. You have to click that and go on continue. And if for an individual, no need of that anything, they can directly apply as an individual by submitting NOC. Next slide, please. Yeah, these all are the next processes. Like once you get into these company details, yeah, what I've mentioned is this one. In the second snippet, you can see company details. In this red colored box, you can find your company. So after clicking that, you can directly go to the process, which it directs you. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, this is the link for registration of this BIRAC BIG scheme for 17th call. You can note down this link and visit the BIRAC page and also register yourself. And the people who are into agri and agri-biotech sector, they can choose a BIG partner as Technology Business Incubator NAM, which is there in the portal. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, with this, I can just conclude this. Thank you. Thank you for attending the webinar. And now we are open for the FAQs.
Hello.
Thanks, Ashita. Yeah.
Yes, sir, I'm Mrityunjay from Bariflow Labs.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Mrityunjay. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. I have a question here. Yeah. So basically, we have tied up with another one company called Midep Plus, and we are thinking to develop some sensors for seed farming, basically. So can it be possible for co-jointly apply or for the grant, actually, if possible?
I don't think so, because usually as an individual company you have to apply, or as an individual you have to apply. And even if in case you propose as a partners, in the time of fund receival, it will be only one entity or one individual or one company who will be the receivers of this funding.
Okay. So
I will just clear this, sir. I will just clear in this. The PI. I'm talking about the project investigator. Who should be the project investigator? If you are the whole and sole owner of the company, okay? If you are the whole and sole owner of the company, then you should be having 51% shares of the company.
Right.
Okay, and you should not have more than 51% shares in any other company. Then only you are eligible to apply this as a PI. Okay.
Yeah.
Or else the next one is, if the owner, I mean, you are the owner of the company, but you don't wanted to be as a PI. You wanted to make another member as a PI. Then he should have at least minimum 1% to 100%. In this, between any percent shares he should have. Then he can represent as a PI for your company. Okay. And next thing is, if the PI is a partner in any other company, and he's having partnership in 2 companies. In one company, he is having 20 shares, and in other company also, he is having 20 shares, 20% of the shares. Then he is ineligible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That particular person is ineligible, right? I mean.
Yes.
But,
that particular person cannot apply as a PI.
Okay, as a PI, but he can be a team member.
Sorry.
But he can be a team member, isn't it?
He can be a team member. I am talking about the PA, project investigator or project coordinator.
Team members. Mrutyunjay asked one question which has not exactly been answered. Let me answer it. No, Mrutyunjay, 2 companies cannot apply together.
Yeah, that's what was my sense also. But the PI, in a way, the PI has to oblige to all the guidelines which are clearly mentioned. The team members could be okay. You can kind of manage from anybody. That is what Harshita was trying to cover.
In that sense, I can make them as a team member and can apply the fund fee to us, and now it's up to us how we are dispersing it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I can go.
So
Thank you.
Sure.
Hello.
So going to yes, ma'am.
Sir, I am having 40%. I am founder of my company and having 40% shares. Can I apply?
You should be having 51%, ma'am. 51%.
At least 51%.
No. What happened is, in this January, I formed my company. It is added in your MCA also. But then I didn't know this. I should have 51%. So what I can do now?
You can just, you can just take the other 11% shares on your name, and you can just apply. If you wanted to apply for that company only.
Because this window for this program is open till 15th of September, ma'am. Till then, you can get your authorized shareholding increased to up to 51%, and then in the parallel, you can also apply.
Yes, sir. And the second question is, I am having an ionizer. So under which category I'll be applying?
It will be the technology, the IoT, and the other category. Harshita, can you show the buckets, please, once? Just a second, ma'am. Sagar, could you flip?
For deactivation of corona, I'll be using my technology to deactivate or inhibit the novel corona.
Okay. So it comes under the, one second. Harshita, can you just flip around the slides?
Yes, sir. Sagar.
We are just showing the sectors, ma'am. 1 second.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, this one. This one.
So it will be biotechnology then?
Diagnostics or under biotechnology, agriculture, biotechnology, and its sectors.
I will land up biotechnology with 51%. At present, I will tell it is 40, but then I will get it to 51 converted.
Yes, that is better, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, my name is Manoj Moria. I'm from Diagnosis Research.
Yeah, Mr. Manoj, how are you, sir?
So you mean any company having 2 promoters equal share, they can't apply, because in our case we are 2 promoters, and we have already issued some equity to other incubators, so we can't apply in that case, because if there is 2 promoter equal equity, then how they can apply? Means they never apply.
No, in that case, in that case, one of the promoters should at least get 51% of the authorized shareholding. You can increase 1% of the of the founders.
You can apply in the name of the startup itself. Not a big issue.
Yeah, that was my specific question, Vijay. Whether the company is having a 5 shareholder or a 7 shareholder, the company is applying, not the individual is applying.
No, it depends. No, that's what we are making it clear. If they want to apply from the company, there is no issue. The company can directly apply. It is only in a case where the individual wants to apply, or one of the co-founders in a company wants to apply. Those points what we have covered would cater.
Okay. Now here is my.
In that case, the project leader or project investigator will be one person, no?
Yeah, one person. So, one of the co-founders.
In that case, that promoter should have at least 51% stakeholder.
Yeah,
in that
at least 51% as per the guidelines. Yes. So in that case, at least 1% share transfer could be done to one of the share co-founders. Yeah.
So in case of company, if company will apply, the process will be same, because in company there must be one person to the project. So the condition is same.
Yeah. So we'll do one thing. If you have a very specific case, because this happens to be a unique case, we'll discuss one-on-one and also discuss consult with BIDAC.
There are so many
Dr. Vijay
companies having joint. More than one promoter. I guess so many. There are so many companies. Even we can't register a company individually. Means company should have at least 2 directors. So if they have director and they have equal partnership, then they can't apply it direct. In that,
it is not like that. If the company, in the name of company you are applying, there can be one PI from the co-founders. He need not get a 51% share. But if you are applying as an LLP or something, you must have a 51% partner. That is very clear. As a company, if you are applying individually, you must have
then
that.
These things will, we are saying about an individual particularly.
It's a partnership company. To be specific, if it is a partnership company, the shareholding should be majority in the name of a principal investigator or
the majority shareholder should be the PI.
Now,
in case of
in case of private limited company, anybody can apply in the name of the company.
In the name of the company, yes.
Exactly. So, Vijay, here is my continuous question. So, blockchain and blockchain traceability using convergence of emerging technology, whether they will be eligible, because none of your slides shows about blockchain. Yes. Here's the company which is into blockchain, IoT, and machine learning. It's a convergence of a couple of emerging technologies.
Yeah, they would fit in the 7th bucket, sir, which is mentioned over here. IoT-based machine learning, bioinformatics, the technology bucket, and they can apply.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
can you please identify yourself, sir? It's easy to.
Yeah. So my name is Somnath. I am from Assam. So I just wanted to know that I have a nutraceutical based company. So I'm based in Assam and my product is based on green tea. So in that scenario, is it feasible to apply through your incubator?
Yes, you can. Because it is under agriculture, you can apply. But as long as your product is from idea to POC stage.
Okay. And sir, do I need to come to Hyderabad to incubate there, or I can work in my own state?
Okay. For the issue of the LOI, you can avail the LOI from us, letter of intent from us. But for the incubation, it can be taken care later after depending on the receival of the grant, number 1. Number 2, also depending on your lab requirements.
Okay, sir. So one last question I have one nutraceutical product and one is this N95 mask I have made from waste. So where nutraceutical I can put in, I mean which category, and where I can put the mask?
Mask, you can put it in waste management, sir.
No. Okay, no. Mask would be under. No. First is the nutraceutical would fall under biotechnology. Or agriculture, any of these, agriculture or biotechnology.
Secondary agriculture.
Secondary agriculture will be very particular. And the second is mass. I think it will come under healthcare, but very specifically healthcare. I guess you have to reach out to another incubator, because usually what happens is if you want to apply for 2 ideas or 2 proposals, you have to go via respective BIG partners, because A idea is only for the agriculture or all of these agri-related sectors. If you're talking on the healthcare, you have to approach for the through another BIG partner. Maybe the other 7 BIG partners are listed out in the BIRAC website.
Sure. So I think for nutraceutical, your incubator will be the best option.
Yeah. Yes, it is. As secondary agriculture subsector, you can apply.
Thank you very much.
But for others, maybe you can check with IIT Bombay or other bio incubators, sir, for the other idea. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please. You're audible.
Dr. Dola Sinha. I am Dr. Dola Sinha from Durgapur.
Yes,
actually, we are from the academics and applied for the individual category. So in my team, all are the engineering student from the electrical background. There is no from the agriculture engineering, but in our advisory team, we are taking 2 guidance from the agriculture engineering, who are basically specialized in the farm machineries, and in my POC is also farm mechanization. So can it be possible? Because as a team, As a team, there is no agri engineer, but as an advisor, there are two expertise in that same field.
So
That
no,
would be possible.
Dr. Dola Sinha, no problem. You can apply.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, can I ask my question?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, my name is Madhav Chandra.
Yeah, Mr. Madhav, please.
I'm basically a chemical engineer by qualification. I have just started a business of my own recently. I have around 10 years of work experience, and I've started a business of my own last year.
Okay.
Now I just received an answer to my query that renewable energy is applicable in your process.
Yeah.
I'm planning to set up a plant which is regarding renewable energy.
Okay.
Now, I'm partnering with two businessmen who are experienced businessmen who have around 25 plus years experience in running a business.
Okay.
But this renewable energy plant that I want to set up is already an existing technology.
Okay.
So is that okay? Because see, that is the first question. Because the reason why I want to set up the plant basically
it is not okay, Mr. Madhav.
Difficult question, Joyce, others are hearing that.
Innovation.
Sorry, sir.
There has to be novelty. There has to be some innovation in the project. Because since it is an existing technology, it cannot qualify under BIG.
Yeah, even if it would be new process or new addition in the technology, it would still apply. But if it is existing technology or process, it may not apply.
See, the reason why we want to set up a plant basically is because there's a higher viability in the region where we want to set up. There's no plant which is regards to the technology, and there are clientele available.
Okay.
So in terms of viability, there are.
Okay, for that particular matter, there are other schemes of BIRAC. There are other schemes of BIRAC wherein you can collaborate with other partners like PACE and other partners programs where you can evaluate and apply. But particularly BIG call is only for ideas to POC, which is a new or novel idea.
Okay.
Mr. Sairam, you can ask the question now.
Thank you, sir. My question here is, I come from a university, I work as a scientist here, and in one slide it was mentioned that they need to take a NOC. But in the other slide, it was mentioned that they might need to resign once the idea gets granted.
Yeah,
so can you just give a little light on it?
When you are applying, you have to take an NOC stating that if the project is granted, it requires to be commercialized. If your academy or your organization allows you to do both of the work, probably there is not a problem. But in India, if you are doing any job, then your job, you have to resign. That's all.
Right. So I can take a NOC and no problem. I can continue both parallelly.
That's up to you. That your university has to give that particular thing.
Right. Right. Thank you.
Good evening,
Arvind Verma.
Mr. Bipin Deshpande. Kindly raise your hands. I'm seeing it.
Yeah, hi. This is Deshpande here. My question is, I already filed a patent.
Please, rest of the people, kindly mute your mics.
Mr. Vipin, a bit louder, please.
Yeah, my name is Vipin Deshpande. I've already filed a patent with my idea. My question is, do I need to have an LLC? Can I also apply as an individual?
You can apply as an individual, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
You can incorporate later. No worries. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay,
welcome.
Mr. Arvind Verma.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Sir, I have a question. Like as on today, while applying, if I will apply as an individual, and maybe later on I'll get some investor, and we can form a private limited company where the other shareholder would be also.
Yeah.
So it would be fine if later stage I'm making a company and getting some investor.
What are you doing, Mr. Arvind, now?
Sir, right now I'm individual and I'm planning a project, and that is at pilot testing level.
Okay.
And my background is basically I worked with different companies in 20 years, and right now I have quitted my job.
Okay.
So I'm as a individual.
One thing you have to remember, Mr. Arvind, is that your project has to be innovative, backed by thorough scientific theories, so that it can qualify to the next level. If you are again going to the same way like already this type of projects are there and you wanted to replicate, it is a big no.
No, it is there. Newness is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suppose today I as an individual, and with next 2 months or something like that, if I'll get some investor in my company, and we can register as a private limited company with the equity share.
Sir, I got your question. If you're applying as an individual right now and you're raising funding, because of which if you have to incorporate as a company, no worries, as long as you have 51% shareholding and you're an Indian citizen.
Okay.
You're eligible.
Thank you, Mr. Epan. Mr. Epan. Mr. Epan.
Yes, I am Dr. Susan Epan. I am Dr. Susan Epan from Cochin.
Yes,
sorry,
please.
Epan, so I said Mr. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am, please.
I am Dr. Susan Epan from Cochin. I would like to know whether it is essential to have an advisor or a mentor.
Yes, it is. It adds a lot of value. Not only for applying, but also in the future sense.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
So we'll just go by the trail. Mr. Madhav. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. May I speak?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Over to you, sir, please.
Yeah. Yes. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Bamania from Gau Samadhan Kendra. Sir,
Yes,
last
sir.
time I have applied.
I know we met in Agriudan. Yeah. How are you, sir?
Right, exactly. I have already. I am fine. Thank you, sir. I hope you well.
Yeah.
Actually, I have applied last time, but because we were ineligible, the reason was that I am a director of a two company. One is I am a share. I have 90% share in one company, and the another company having the 30% share. So I applied the company that having this 30% share. And that was an So now, can you suggest me now what I like to do or like that, please?
Okay. Harshita, would you like to answer because you were talking about this component?
Yes, I have already informed Bamania, sir. Hello?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have already informed you, right? That was the case, actually. Hello?
हाँ मैम, आपने इन्फॉर्म किया है. Hello?
हाँ sir, you can apply by mentioning your wife as a PI. I have already talked to you about it.
Madam, but is there any new guideline mentioning that there is the no problem for a 30-40% share or below 51% share? Is okay?
Yeah, matlab you are applying as a company or else you want to apply as an individual.
So we will apply as a company only.
Then no problem, sir. You can apply.
But actually, ma'am, the share matter is that I do have only 30%. My wife has a 40% share.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, sir. You are applying as a company, no?
Last time the same things happened. That's why we applied, but I don't know why we are.
So we'll do one thing, sir. Maybe we'll discuss one-on-one because we have to go into the finer details. Maybe it will require certain bit of detailed discussion. So you can reach out to Miss Harshita over a call. Either you can reach out to me, sir, and then I'll connect you to Harshita, and you can talk in detail. It's required certain element of both telling and also understanding. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Yeah. We'll discuss one-on-one.
Okay, thank
Hello,
you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. So I just wanted to ask, during applying for BIRAC grant, they also ask for patent IP. So do you need to have a patent at that time while you're applying for a big grant?
Provisional patent number may be provided if you have applied and you got a provisional patent number.
So, if patent is not there, is it a disadvantage for applying?
No.
It's not necessary. As long as you don't furnish the patent details there, I don't think they will ask you the details.
Okay.
Always patent or novelty will add some scoring or value in terms of the whole proposal, because there are hundreds of applications who will be applying. That is the only value add you will get. Otherwise, it is not compulsory in any way.
So in nutraceutical product, there is also requirement of license. So during applying, do I have to have a license for that product, or after getting the grant, I can apply?
No, are you trying to license this technology from elsewhere?
like this FSSAI is needed food. We need a food
food
license.
license. All those regulatory licenses can be taken care later. No issues on that. But you have to clearly mention in the proposal that you will be applying for the necessary regulatory licenses as you go forward with your nutraceutical product development and when you go to market scenarios. Those things you can mention, furnish it. No, not an issue. Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to ask a final question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, which is the other platform where I can apply, because this project has viability in terms of returns in the other areas. So, I just wanted to ask, like, where exactly can I apply for if I want to apply for this?
As far as I understand, your focus is on clean tech and energy conservation. Maybe there are certain EU-based grants and fundings which are there. I keep seeing certain clean tech-focused grants based out of European Union. Maybe you have to explore that ecosystem, or maybe India also. There are a couple of clean tech focused incubators. You have to go to the Startup India website and find out those incubators and keep tracking. Every incubator does have these kind of schemes. They have their own accelerators or clean tech focused. For example, Climate Collective is there, which is a globally acclaimed clean tech energy focused initiative. So likewise, these kind of platforms and initiatives are there which offer these kind of investment networks or certain grants. So you have to keep tracking those things, sir.
Okay, done, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, welcome. And in the meantime, we can see a couple of questions. We'll just see if somebody we have missed. I think Mr. Gaurav had asked about agree with blockchain are viable to be applied with AID as a partner. Yes, you can apply. And Mr. Prabir, I think we have answered him. Mr. Akshay was talking about project financing, and Dr. Neeta also, I think I've filed a patent for my idea as an individual. Do I need to form a 1-person company to be eligible? You can apply as an individual at this moment, ma'am, and then later you can kind of convert the entities, not an issue. And there's another question, is there any disadvantage if I apply and as an individual? There's nothing like it. There's no distinction between an individual or a company applying. You can apply in both formats. There's no disadvantage as such. Only thing is that there should be merit in the whole idea or the proposal. And is this presentation shareable? Yes, we can share. Harshita, please make a point that you share to all the registered participants.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, sure. Sai Ram Swami, is it mandatory to resign if the proposal is being accepted? Yes, sir. Because if you are a PI and if you are applying, after you get the funding, you have to resign and you have to pursue this project and you have to make sure that your idea is converted into prototype or product within 18 months. So it is compulsory when you get the funding, not now. Hi, do you provide support to a renewable energy project? I think we clarified to Mr. Madhav Chandra.
Yeah.
And is it essential to keep an advisor? Yes, Dr. Epan, ma'am, it is important. You get a lot of weightage because having technical advisors is very much important. And who can be advisor? Anybody who is coming from a subject matter expertise or who's willing to spare their time and resources and who can add value in terms of time, resource, expertise, and also in the product development. Because as long as you're talking on a particular idea, you want to develop that idea into a product or a prototype, as long as you think that advisor is contributing a lot of research expertise or contributes to the product development, they will add a lot of value. We need to take LOI or any document from all the team members. No, I mean, you have to take a document. I mean, their resumes and their profiles have to be collected from the team members, but the LOIs have to be collected from particularly the incubator.
Only for particular project only?
Only for the particular project. I think most of the questions I have covered, but yes, if any other questions are there, we can answer. Otherwise, also, I and Harshita are available for any queries in the future also.
If you have any queries, you can just reach out to me. You can email me or else contact me at any time also. I'll be answering, okay?
I'm writing Harshita's email over this chat box. Please do make sure that you are kind of reaching out to her. Harshita, you can also jot on your phone number.
Yes, sir. And whoever also wants to just apply for this grant, you can just email me. I'll be just sending you the links and also this PDF and PPT, everything I'll be sharing on email.
And we will not only be issuing the LOIs, but also will be handholding in the application process. If you need any assistance in the application process, technical queries, or any of these network that is required, we can also extend our networks also as well.
So I have a last question. How we should negotiate with our advisors? Like how we are going to pay them money? How we should negotiate in terms of money?
Because at this moment, you can ask them to share their time and commitment. You mention to them that you are taking their consent over an email to make sure that you are including their name in this proposal, number one. Number two, as you receive this grant, a particular portion of the grant can be allotted for the team. Team will be for the compensation which can be paid to the PI or the co-founder of the company or the individual who's applying as a PI, the team members, and also for payment to the mentors and advisors and the support services that you will gather to. So you can pay the advisors in a nutshell. You can pay the advisors as you receive the grant. A small allocation can be done to pay the advisors.
Okay, and this could be mentioned in the budget?
Yes, you can.
Sir, just asking how much it could be, how much percentage it could be at the max.
So specifics, once you are applying to the proposal, we'll see the overall budget and we can guide you. Yeah.
Vijay, let me answer this. Out of the total budget, you cannot go beyond 1/3 when you are making for the manpower, consultants, or even incubation. That is 1/3 of the total budget which you are going to apply.
Yes. For example, manpower could be around 15 lakhs roughly.
Apply for 45 lakh rupees. 15 lakhs, you cannot exceed 15 lakhs in under this budget. It's a completely one head. You can see when you are opening the application form, it is one head.
So that means that the money for the advisor or the fees will go from the manpower.
Yeah, under manpower head for the 18 months, roughly as per the calculation what Dr. Srinivas mentioned, if, for example, if you applied 45 lakhs, roughly 30%, which is 15 lakhs for 18 months for everything, including PI or the team or advisors, whomsoever you include. So accordingly, you have to adjust the numbers. And number two, when you are applying, if you want very specific guidance, piece to piece also, you can reach out to us and me and Harshita and Dr. Srinivas, and we will help you out in apportioning the numbers if you want help on that.
Sir, one more request from your side. Sir, you have given a very good presentation. If possible, you should also go for a presentation where how to write each portion of the grant. What should be included, what should not be included, like
we'll include that
if possible. Please.
Yes.
Actually, the criteria is already mentioned in this PPT. I will just share PPT, and meanwhile, any doubts, you can just.
But having said that, we will include your we'll include your suggestion and we will do the kind of needful in the coming time. But having said that, a couple of BAG partners, if you see online in the social media, a couple of BAG partners are doing webinars on grant assistance, on how to write grant proposals. But yes, this is the first webinar we did for this particular call. We'll be factoring in that suggestion also as well.
Sure, sir. So how we will be assessing your slides? Very important for us.
Sorry?
How will I have the access of for your slides?
We have all your contacts who all have registered, and my team, Mr. Sagar and Mr. Harshita, will be sharing the presentation and all the necessary BIG documents to you on email. And once you receive the email and you acknowledge, you can be in touch with our team for getting the LOIs and also for applying the BIG application. So we'll be an end-to-end support agency till the time you close the application and It's in a way, BIG partner is like a single point window, starting from inception till the time you're applying and receiving the grants. And even if you receive the grants and later also, the next 18 months also will be monitoring. So it's a long game. It is just a starting point for us to get in touch with each other.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, pleasure.
Vijay sir, Arvind Verma.
Yes, sir.
One question. Suppose the proposed project is gone beyond 50 lakh budget. Then while applying, it should be necessary that project should not go beyond 50 lakhs?
Yes, sir. Your budget has to be up to 50 lakhs. Yeah, maximum 50 lakhs. Beyond that also, if you entail any additional cost, you cannot do it.
No, suppose if I'm okay to invest some money from
you can mention that. You can mention that. For example, if you're entailing 70 lakhs and you're asking 50 lakhs when the BIG call, you can say that you will be committing 20 lakhs that you'll be paying from your pocket to run the project, or you will be mobilizing somewhere else.
Okay.
That can be done.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, this is Vipin Deshpande again.
Yes, sir.
My question is regarding marketing costs. So, for example, if one really wants to talk, does the budget cover initial marketing costs as well? Or let us say even patent application costs, not just in India, overseas as well. So if the market is global, would those costs also be covered as long as they're highlighted well in advance?
They are covered, sir. As long as anything, especially whether the patent component or the marketing component, small components, whichever would entail test marketing or commercialization of the product, these would entail.
However, the budget should not be more than 50 lakhs.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
A certain portion can be allocated as long as you're showing like you're typically imagining this way. You're applying for an idea. You want to convert that idea into prototype. And once you have a prototype, maybe you're doing a small test marketing, or maybe you're reaching out to initial customers. A small element of the allocation can be made as long as you're showing that commercialization element. Or maybe you're discussing with someone, you're having a travel or meeting with some person or individual or a company for a technology commercialization. So those elements, which entails the commercialization or go to market for the initial product, early traction, these are eligible, but a small portion can be allocated.
Okay. Okay. Sriram is there. Sriram wants to talk.
Yes, Mr. Sriram.
Yes. I missed the earlier part of this presentation because of a power cut. Will there be another session on the same topic?
You can reach one-on-one, sir. Or else what we'll do is we'll also share you the recorded video version to you on email.
Yeah, that will be very helpful. Thank you so much.
But only for that, one request is we'll just send a generalized email with all the PPT and all the other details. You can request one-on-one for the video link with Harshita, and then she can share it to you on email.
Sure. Can I just ask one more question?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. So, see, I'm in the vertical farming and hydroponics segment. So, under what category and under what incubator should I apply?
AIDEA is an incubator as a BIG partner because we're an agri-focused. We help vertical farming companies also in general. And number two is what category you can apply under agriculture.
Agriculture. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome, sir. Hello. Yes, sir. Your voice is breaking, sir. Hello. It's crackling.
Am I audible right now?
Yeah, it's better.
Mr. Dinesh.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Dinesh.
Yeah, Mr. Dinesh.
Okay, I do have a question. Can we have an advisor, somebody who is being already operating in a company? So can we have that person?
No worries on it. As long as they're willing to give their time and resources to you, and you have some kind of commitment or in terms of time and resources, there is no issue. Are you meaning to say that they are advisor in an existing company, a BIG grantee?
No, it's not that one. I know somebody who already running his own company, so can he be my advisor? Like
they can be, they can be advisors. Yeah. They can be your advisors. Only thing is that if they are already advisors in any BIG grantee, then we'll have to just check those things, which I'm not clear at this moment. We'll check that. But for your case, I think you can easily go ahead.
Yeah. He is an individual. He is a founder of his own, startup.
They can advise you, sir. No worries.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If I take an advisor from BIG itself, can I mention his name?
From BIG grantee or BIG advisor, someone who is already advising existing BIG grantee. Did you mean to say that, ma'am?
No. One of the team members of BIG.
No. It doesn't. No. You cannot include BIRAC or BIG. None of them you cannot include. I mean, as advisors, you can just show, but you have to just clearly show the association of what level of advisor are you taking. But of course, some people show. Srinivas sir, you have something to comment on this?
No, yes, anyone who is working with the BIRAC, you cannot take them as an advisor.
Yeah, that was my question.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Vipin Deshpande again.
Yes, sir.
Very often in a project, during development stage, there are multiple different aspects or technologies which need to be put together, for which prototyping needs to be done in different parts or components. And so these again could either be advisors, they could be small scale units who one uses to, complete these prototypes. And so these would need to be listed as advisors, or would they come in as outsourced prototyping costs? I'm just trying to understand under what category or head.
Did you mean to say? So there are two things. One is if you are getting any person to advise you or give you expertise to how to go ahead with the overall program plan, they would come under advisors. But if you're talking about any facilities which will help you to develop your product or prototype your product, that will be on your product development cost.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, these are two different elements, sir. So only advisors, any manpower who is talking to you, any advisor expertise part that you can count in the manpower. The rest of the things will come under operational budgets, which is under your prototyping cost.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Sir, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
In the budget, is there any incubation charges for your and how much it is we will include in the budget?
Okay. So it is usually 1 lakh per applicant per year, but that is a standard rate for the BioNest for the incubator. But having said that, for the BIG, we also need to understand your labs and requirements, because what is that the standard incubation we offer at AIDIA is only for the mentoring and handholding. But when it comes to your particular proposals, we have to understand what your lab components required are. So you have to reach one-on-one, ma'am. You can reach out to Harshita. You can explain your particular idea, the sector, what are the lab components you require. Based on that, we will calculate and we'll get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So can we add the incubation center which is nearby where we are already getting incubated?
You can, but most importantly, you have to get the letter of intent from the BIG partner only for applying to the BIG program.
Well, if that incubator is recognized as one of the BIG partners,
you can.
Or it is just an incubator.
Any of the 7 BIG partners.
Only. Okay, they are recognized by NITI Aayog basically, AICATD.
Okay.
But not by BIG.
Yeah, it has to go via BIG partners, ma'am. You have to choose any of the BIG partners. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Okay, if nothing is there, we can.
So we'll be sharing. So as a closure remark, thank you everyone for joining this webinar, and also my thanks to my team and all the participants who have been very patient to attend this. And we are hopeful that most of you entrepreneurs who are trying to convert their ideas into prototypes will use this best possible opportunity and give us an opportunity for AIDIA to serve you, to help you to avail the BIG grant. And for any assistance, you can reach out to Ms. Harshita and me on the emails. We'll be sharing you the recorded video along with the presentations and all the necessary links to apply, along with all the documents of the BIG guidelines. For any further assistance, you can reach out one-on-one on email or phone call. We'll be happy to assist you, but please make sure that you apply ASAP and also submit all the applications at least in the first week of September. Although the last date of this application is 15th September, please make sure that by first week of September you are submitted. Thank you once again for joining this webinar. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you. Bye.
Pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you, team. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.